138 days, 3,300 hours, 198,000 minutes. That is approximately how much new content has been released this year so far on September 23rd, 2025, by the major studio streamers and independent producers using Tubi and Amazon to hawk their wares to the public. That is, on average, 12 hours and 48 minutes of content released every single day. The average American spends, 6 to 10 hours online, about 2 to 4 of those watching or consuming television or movies or that kind of thing. So that means the most avid watchers, let's say people who, watch approximately 5 hours of content a day, it would take them 1.8 years, almost 2 years, to watch everything that has come out since January 1st, 2025. And that doesn't take into account at all any of the catalog titles that have been made since the advent of film, since the advent of television, none of the classic series, none of the great films, that fill up the lists of, the 100 best films ever made. And it certainly doesn't take into account the, I think I got this right, but it is 21.6 years of content that is uploaded to YouTube every 365 days. So, in short, it's obvious. Supply for visual media entertainment far outpaces demand. Literally, there's no way you or me or pretty much anyone could watch everything that's ever been made, even if everyone stopped making things literally tomorrow. So since supply so clearly outweighs demand, what does that mean for people like myself or maybe like you who are trying to make your own things? Like, why? And what to do about it? The one cynical answer, of course, is to say well, good luck, forget about it. I like to think that is antithetical to some kind of, even if kind of corny, but true part of human nature, which demands our sort of deep need for storytelling and endless curiosity about other people in the world around us. I think that when we are at our best as human beings, we are in fact curious about each other. And stories are the best way for us to reveal ourselves and learn about other people. So I think it's in a very important need. So I think that even given everything else, we are always going to want new things, novel things, and things that, stories that, feel relevant or related to the world that we're living in and kind of where we can recognize our own thoughts, beliefs, experiences, hopes, fears, and feelings. For me, what this has meant over time is as I've sort of engaged with these numbers and the sort of overwhelming nature of it, is that I have to think about why I make things in a different kind of way. And I can no longer do it just in a way to say, oh, hey, we're going to find some generalized success or box office fame or whatever. Instead, I need to be a little more intentional. I need to find the artists who I just think are undeniable, the artists whose visions I feel deserve to be put out into the world. And then I need to work with them to create those visions, to bring those visions to life in a way that is at the appropriate scale, in a way that can support the ways we can put that out into the world, because you can't defeat the competition. There's too much of it. So you have to just find your way through it and figure out what the best path is. And that path is likely smaller than a $200 million global box office phenomenon. But maybe that's okay. Maybe it's all right. Maybe we don't need as many of those. And maybe what we do need are films that speak to a specific audience and do so at a scale and a way that is sustainable, and that can create an ecosystem that can both help the artists, the craftspeople, and the investors to get what they need out of the project, to get a win out of it. I think because I use it as a leading principle, I rarely leave projects dissatisfied or disappointed, because I try to start with an optimism that is bound by realistic expectations rather than like a fantastical daydream. And it allows me to create a process through which I can be pleasantly surprised rather than definitively disappointed. So, why do you keep making things? What keeps you feeling like what you have to say is worth struggling to put out there when there's already so much? Genuinely, I'm curious to know.